crack into it. Pull back on the swing stick to start your swing. When your golfer is at the top of their backswing, press the swing stick forward to finish the swing. Give it a try. Good job on that one. After each shot, you will get feedback about your accuracy in the bottom right-hand corner. In the middle of that circle is a white stripe, and you need to keep your swing within that white stripe if you want your shot to be accurate. Now let's try another swing and remember to keep it within that white stripe. Nice work. And you're also going to receive feedback on your swing timing, and that's the meter that kind of wraps around the top of your swing accuracy indicator. Your backswing timing refers to the point at which you transition from backswing into downswing. If you do this too early, you're going to reduce the power of your shot. If you do it too late, you're going to add power but increase the That's what we're looking for. Congratulations, you got the basics. In this lesson, we're going to talk about one of the most important skills you can have at your disposal, and that is putting. Now to begin your putt, pull back on the swing stick. The farther you pull back, the stronger your putt will be. The backswing meter at the bottom of your screen is going to give you a target for where your strength should be. Now as you pull back, you want to wait until the indicator gets in that white part of the backswing meter and then press forward. Well, let's just move on for now. You can come back to this later, right? The putt weight is how hard you hit your putt. To set your putt weight, move the aim marker with the aim stick towards or away from you. The further away from you the marker is, the stronger your putt will be. Since this is a little bit downhill, you'll want to ease up on the weight, so move that aim marker. Good job, that's what we're looking for. Those moving dots on the grid are telling us that your putt's going to break a little bit to the right, so you will have to aim to the left to compensate. Use the aim stick to make adjustments before putting so that you can drop this one in the hole. Give it a go. All right, that didn't pan out. Let's give it another go. Not quite. Let's reset. Try again. That was well done. And with that, you are... Hello and welcome to this lesson on clubs and shot types. We're going to dig through that golf bag a little bit, and I'll tell you a few simple tricks you can use to navigate some of the situations you find yourself in on the course. Well, not quite. Let's try that again. Okay, so for this shot, you're hitting into the wind. This means you are going to have to club up, or in other words, use a longer club. So let's press the change club button until you get to the pitching wedge. Then just pop this shot onto the green. Well done on that lesson. Now it's only a matter of time before you find yourself in a situation where the normal shot type is just not going to do. Now to get on the green from here, you are going to need a chip shot. So let's press the change shot type button until you get to the chip shot. And then chip that ball nice and close to the pin with your next stroke. And let's just go ahead and try that again, okay? Not quite there, is it? Let's try again. Well, that didn't quite pan out. Let's give that another go. Well, this tutorial's always going to be here, and you can always come back to it. Right now, let's just keep moving. Information about the current lie of your ball is available always in the top right corner of the screen. This will give you a range of how much spin and power your shot will retain. And, well, I'm sure you'll get this with some practice. Okay, this is where we part ways, and all that's left for you is to choose a difficulty level, and then you can go ahead and customize your golfer in the My Player menu if you feel like it. If not, all good as well. We'll see you out there on the links real soon.
Golf2k Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Bluff Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be with you guys. Now this group will be one to watch today. Lots of chatter on social media leading up to this pairing. We have a rookie on tour who has set very specific goals for themselves, and their first one is to beat their playing partner this week.
Love it, Henny. This will make for an extra layer of excitement. It always adds a bit more drama to an event when we can follow a competition within a competition. Can't wait to see what happens in our featured group throughout this tournament.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
And here we are with the third shot. Setting up here with a very long putt.
This is their look at birdie.
That is hunting for the hole. That'll sting a bit. Par putt coming up here. Okay, steady now. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
On a nice line.
Facing early adversity there after opening up with a bogey.
Just the thing they didn't want to have happen. An opening bogey. Hopefully that does not set the tone for the rest of the day.
One of our on-course reporters, John McCarthy, has been out surveying the scene here in preparation for today's broadcast. John, what are some of the things the players will be looking out for today at Craggy Heights?
Well, Luke, I think one of the first things the players are going to be looking at is really, literally, the shapes of these fairways. They are laid out in a way that often there are little pockets of fairway that the players can hit to. And if they do end up safe, they can really open up options on their approach shots. But they're going to have to be confident in their swing to reap those rewards. Another thing to watch for are holes like the fifth, where the fairway narrows significantly the further out you hit your tee shot. There's also holes like the par 4 17th where you can drive the green, yes, but there is a lot of danger in the form of water and sand around the green to contend with. So it's very much a risk-reward course. Can't wait to just sit back and watch how these professionals take this course on. Should be a fun week here at Craggy Heights.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's one stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
Ooh, right by the hole. This is a par putt. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Currently at +1 for the day. We have a par 3 on this one. going with the 8-iron here. He's found the surface. Good chance here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
No, that's too bad.
That will drive you bats.
Was on a good line. Just 3 feet to the cup. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 4th. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Setting up here from about 140 yards. What a drive that was.
Oh, come on, sit. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Let's return to live play now. Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it?
This is what they have left for birdie here.
The old hammer hands putt. Big putt for par coming up. That was a gallant attempt. 5 feet coming up to the cup. In it goes, and that's unfortunately back-to-back bogeys.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine. Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour, because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 19 feet from the cup.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Sometimes when you try and get it up the hill, you just forget to hit it sometimes, and seems so in this case.
Oh, wonderful effort. Confirms the par. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole. That's a little untidy. Most golfers these days, Rich, are quite generic style players. It's that hit it as far as you can, knock it on the green, try and hold some putts. But with Bubba Watson, we just got the artist back in the game, didn't we? We had someone who was prepared to do whatever it needed to be to get that ball in the hole. He's just astonishing to watch.
You know, to me, Luke, I think Bubba was born in the wrong era. I think he would have been better served with persimmon woods, balata golf balls, and blades, and I think that he would be an even bigger impact on the game than he currently is, if that's even possible. I watch what he does with the modern equipment, and it's mind-blowing. He's one of the few players, Luke, that I will actually go in the driving range and watch hit golf shots, because it is so fun to watch him aim 30 yards left and just try and hit these big sweeping hooks and fades and I mean, it's just unbelievable what he can do with the golf ball. His eye-hand coordination is simply the best in the game.
Sitting at 3 over par. Going with the pitching wedge here. That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Now, coming out of the rough, missing the green was always in the cards.
This putt for par here.
Looks good.
Oh, just missed. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
This will be a good bogey.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. And now to Bubba Watson.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Even for the day. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. A little slide happening here on the leaderboard. See if he can bounce back. Here we find ourselves at the dramatic 8th hole at Craggy Heights, a par 3 playing 198 yards from the back tees.
Look, probably one of those picturesque par 3s on this golf course, if not the one. Obviously, coming up shy is a huge no-no with water lurking there. You're going to see most players hit it deep into the green. Anywhere in the heart of the green really is just fine. Walking off with a par here is just dandy.
This one's for birdie. Oh, so close. Putting for par. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. This hole is a par 4. Second shot here on the 9th. Going with the 7. Good shot there.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
That's frustrating. "12 feet to the cup coming up. It's tracking. That will work. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, this rivalry we've been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn, and it'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Oh, absolutely flushed. From about 200 yards out.
Wind's blowing from left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
Uh-oh, this one leaking out to the right.
A bit wild on approach there.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Ooh. that almost went down. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 3 feet to go here to the hole. And down it goes. And that's now 5 over for the round. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. Here on the 11th. What's in front of them, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
Looking really good, this one. Wow, that's misjudged. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. And now to Bubba Watson.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Oh, Rich loves standing on this 12th tee here, a par 5. You're always thinking birdie or perhaps better. Take us through it.
At 555 yards, Luke, there still is a decision to be made off the tee for these players. Do they challenge the fairway bunker, but also bring in the water down the right-hand side, or do they just go ahead and lay it up to the left and make it a 3-shotter? The bold players are going to knock it down to a sliver of an opening, and from there, they're going to be able to go for it. Second shot playing a little bit downhill. A little pond over on the left-hand side can be a little bit nuisance, but all in all, it's a pretty simple, straightforward par 5. Birdies are in order.
Getting ready to play their third.
Wind's blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the one in here.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Putting for birdie.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
Always nice to hold those for a birdie. Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. And after a birdie at the last, they'll take the honour on the hole.
Nicely done.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Our wind's just going to knock the ball down. It's straight at the back.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And he needs this to save par. This one's online. Ouch, that hurts. Just a short putt remaining here. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. And as we take a look at the leaderboard, it's Xander Schauffele in first place. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole. Oh my, that was launched. Playing from around 160 yards.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Just didn't drop. Eight feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for par.
This looks good. Ooh. This next putt is for bogey. The putt goes in, and that's back-to-back bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
We find ourselves on a par 3 here.
This one's right of the green.
Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
That's a good-looking shot there. And back to the course with the live action. Well, Rich, you think they can make this one?
Look, I got to say, I'm really not liking their chances here, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last. Sitting at 5 over for the day.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Teeing off here on the 16th hole. Not bad. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up this shot with the wind in their face.
It might be ambitious play, but I like it. Looks like they're going for the green here. But this player is really going after it here, Rich.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Oh, this is exciting. A putt for an eagle. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. It's just about 3 feet away.
Looking for another birdie here.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Wow, what a save.
Well, when your rival plays golf every single second of the day and eats birdies for breakfast, lunch and dinner, this is what you get.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Oh, don't we love a short par 4, particularly on the penultimate hole, Rich. 17 here, playing under 300 yards.
Luke, at just 283 yards, listen, if you're not going to go for this green, you better just give up your tour card. I mean, literally, this is a begging to be gone. This hole is going to show you what kind of player you truly are. Take out the 3-wooder driver, knock it on the green, make eagle, make the crowd go wild. Anything less than that? No, thank you.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's get back to it, shall we? Close to the surface here, the green side rough. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup.
This is on a great line.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. Xander Schauffele currently on top of this one. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18th. Setting up here, coming off a run of birdies.
Absolutely. It's been a good streak late in the round.
Ooh, back there, horsey. And he's safely on the green.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
And this putt is for a final score of 74. Might need to get the feel back on the putting green. Oh dear, time to get the chipper back out. 3 over for the day. Well, you like the look of those hands.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And that brings to an end his event. Well, I'm sure that wasn't what this player had in mind for this event, but hopefully there's something better in their immediate future.
Yeah, that is putting it very gently there, Luke. Not very much happening at all in this player's game this week.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. Golf2k Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi, Luke and Rich. Looking forward to following these two players again as they reignite their rivalry. I have a feeling we'll be in for some more exciting golf as these two battle it out.
Rich, how do you see this one playing out?
Well, in their last encounter, Bubba took them to town, so I think this player we're following has a chip on their shoulder and has something to prove this week.
Now, you can't out-Bubba Bubba, can you? There's nothing elementary about this, Watson, is there? Can't wait to see how this rivalry plays out, though.
And how about that for confidence? Going right at the pin here in the midst of their rivalry with Bubba Watson. Love seeing that sort of play.
Lining up the birdie putt here.
Yep, tracking well.
Appears to have overcooked this one. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Ooh, nice line. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost.
Couldn't convert after 2 good shots there. Disappointment as they're so close to the lead.
We have a par 5 on this one. That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff from around 220 yards. Going with the hybrid.
Just a bit outside into the rough.
Well, it looks like they tried to be bold there, Rich, but it didn't quite work out for them. And here we are with the third shot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. And that's a long-range bomb, and rest assured their rival will be looking over their shoulder. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. He's currently tied for 6. Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole, par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. He's currently tied for first.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, and that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
What an opportunity to make a birdie. Yeah, that's lovely weight. Getting it right up by the hole. Excellent job. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th. Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
This one heading towards the green. This is beautiful to watch.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
This putt is about 8 feet. That was a gallant attempt. An opportunity to make their par. They're nicely holed. And now to Bubba Watson.
Birdied their last hole.
Beauty of a chip shot there.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's see what happens here on the 6th. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Rich, one of the big advantages for the experienced players on tour is their history around particular courses. But what advice would you give to the new players who are coming to a course for the first time and how to handle it?
I would say tread easily. Go in there and just try to get into a good rhythm on the golf course. Don't try and go out and try and hit too many heroic shots or go after too many flag sticks, because if you don't know what the consequences are if you don't pull off that shot, well, shame on you. So I think that the veterans obviously have more knowledge about golf courses, and they can say, oh, I don't want to miss it there because that's dead. I've seen it happen before. When you go into a new golf course, Luke, you got to go in with it and just try and play a little bit on the defensive side. Don't get too greedy. Don't try and make too many things happen. Go in there, find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts here and there, get some confidence going first before you start attacking pins.
He's currently in a share of top spot.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Teeing off here at the 7th.
Feeling good about their game right now, Luke, coming off an eagle at the last.
Attaboy, good shot. Sitting at 4 under for the day. Currently tied for top spot. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look. Looking good.
Okay, steady now. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Okay, let's head to the next. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival, Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Second shot here on the 8th. Didn't that look good for a long time? A 7-footer right here.
Trying to save par here.
Oh, just missed. Well, the leader giving a little hope for the rest of the field there as they put down a bogey on the scorecard. He's currently tied for third.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
And after a bogey at the last, they're looking for a big drive on this hole. That's a big drive. From around 180 yards out. Just one shot back now. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Oh, lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the 9th. Oh, sometimes you need a hacksaw to get out of this rough. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
Oh, great shot. Holes out for a birdie.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Like the look of this one. Oh, so close. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead.
Oh, looking to make a statement here, going with driver off the tee. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Oh my God, Rich. I don't even know who this player is. Look at this performance.
Kind of coming out of nowhere, but that's what makes this game so great, isn't it? Everybody loves a Cinderella story.
Getting ready to play their third. 2 strokes off the lead. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And this putt to move into a tie for second.
This is on a stupendous line.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And tapping it in for par. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's 1 stroke behind his rival in this event.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently on top of the leaderboard here. Teeing off here at the 11th. Tee shot is looking good here. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with them, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Let's see what happens here at the 12th.
Hopefully that double bogey on the last isn't scarring them for life.
That's a bad error to make there. That's headed right. This would be a great up and down. How close was that to going down? Seven feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for par here. This is looking solid, what they wanted.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently in 5th place.
Second shot here on the 12th. Yes! Hold it! And that'll promote a good move up the standings. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that. Yeah, that one will play. And he's down there.
Well, you can club down. Everything's all in front of you as it runs into this downhill green.
This one is heading towards the nasty stuff.
It's a little wayward. And here we are with the third shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Time now for the 4th shot. 4 shots behind our leader. Very crafty, that shot.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Well holed. Let's move on. And that'll drop him down to even par now.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
A chance to go under par here if he can just keep the bogeys off the card. Nicely done. This one from about 160 yards out. 5 shots off the lead. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. Getting ready to play their third. 5 strokes behind our leader. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's going to want to improve on that current 5th spot.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall.
Gotta like it, moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Let's see what happens here on the 15th. And after that par, they're looking for something good here. That's some good golf right there. Playing from around 210 yards here. 5 shots off the pace.
This is bold. Going for it in 2.
I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Absolutely. Love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Ooh, right by the hole. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. And that putt drops. Now 1 under, heading to the stretch. And that will take him to 1 under. And now to Bubba Watson.
Had a big eagle on the last hole.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Teeing off now on this par 3.
Pretty good shot there.
And this putt to move into the top 10. It was on a good line. Putting for a par here. Job done. Let's head to the next. And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. 2 great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4. Well, I like the look of the line here. They should find the fairway. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 200 yards.
Going with the 5-iron here. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
This putt coming up is for birdie. Ooh. Just 3 feet to the cup. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Now 5 strokes behind. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. That's inside the house of opportunity. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
That's frustrating. And this putt for a final score of 71.
These are on rails, looking good.
Just didn't drop. And this one is for bogey. And that'll be all she wrote today. Well played. And Rich, even without the win, it's fair to say this is a big-time week for this player.
Listen, we're going to know this player's name for a long time. After that performance, didn't get the victory, but I tell you what, all eyes are going to be on this player going forward. What an attitude. What a finish. Love it.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Golf2k Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very much looking forward to bringing you the action from the golf course for this week's featured group. Now there is a sense of maybe has said that they're starting up a rivalry with their playing partner.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Harold Varner III. It should be an exciting and entertaining duel.
Absolutely, Luke. Harold Varner III is one of the most charismatic, talkative and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry. Good shot there, Beamer. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Yeah, this is straight back into the breeze. Going to be a tough one.
This is from miles away. That's disappointing. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
This is important. Big par putt here. This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. Starting the round above par today.
And a stumble on the opening hole never sets the tone very well. It'd be interesting to see how they react.
The second at TPC Summerland is a par 4 measuring 469 yards from the back tee. It plays slightly downhill, so a strong drive here will set up even just a short iron approach. However, there's a huge waste area to the right, so accuracy off the tee is required. The smart option here is to lay back with the 3-metal and give yourself a full shot in, and also take one club less into this green as it will release down the slope. And he's safely on the green with that shot.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
That's a lovely effort, that one. That's a handy putt to make. Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
And with that now, back to level par.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The third hole at TPC Summerland is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Oh, just missed. Well, that's a bit disappointing. 3 feet to go here to the hole. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. The fourth at TPC Summerlin is a pretty straightaway par 4, measuring 450 yards from the back tees. The fairway bunkers down the left and right are to be avoided. Really, not much to this hole. Just be accurate on approach. And tee shot looks pretty good. Even for the day. And he's hit that inside the range. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
A putt for a place in the top 10.
Surely it's going to.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. Currently 1 under for the round. The fifth at TPC Summerlin is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole, ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right. Well, Rich, that's on the surface, but it's in 3-putt territory. It's so far away.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
And this putt to move into the top 5. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Putting for a par now. And there it is. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's got some work to do, but he's only 1 back from his rival.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. The 6th at TPC Summerlin is a snaking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers. The history of golf has been littered with some great characters for the modern game. Harold Varner III is right up there. A really personable guy, just effervescent. And I think, Rich, the only thing we're all waiting for is that first W to come. He seems to deserve it.
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets that first W. Oh, it's going to be blissfully fun. He's such an engaging personality that you can't help but just like him. He is out there enjoying every single moment of being on the PGA Tour, playing against the best in the world, and he believes that he can hang with every single one of those players. It hasn't kind of shown up yet, but there's no doubt in my mind, with the belief that he has in his own game, that alone will carry him to a win on the PGA Tour sooner than later, and I'm thinking it could happen as early as this year.
Sitting at 1 under. trying to crack into the top 10. Well played, mate. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup.
Oh, that's a nice line. Beautiful shot. And what a way to jump into the top 10. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
Right at it from out of the bunker. And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3, playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. A nice approach shot there, pin high inside the range.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
This putt to move into the top 5 on the leaderboard. Okay, steady now. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This for par.
Yeah, we'll take that. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. The 9th at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt.
Looks like they're definitely going for it.
Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. Ooh, it'd be nice to make this putt. This is for eagle. No, that's too bad. This would be a good putt to make, and with it, a share of 3rd spot. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. I will take that also into the top 5 now. Harold Varner III setting up his next shot. Well played.
All over the parking lot, but a chip in for par saves the day.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. And a very familiar sight, Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard. The 10th at TPC Summerlin is the beginning hole of a back 9 that has many challenges and also a lot of fun holes. Not overly long at 420 yards. You're just trying to avoid any trouble off the tee so you can get a clear shot at this green. A chance to begin the back 9 with a birdie. Look out world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour, and we look back in the greatness in sports right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer paved the way for a Tiger Woods then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like, grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again, but it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I can tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be and will forever be.
The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4, 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water that starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. Going with the pitching wedge here. Well, this one's going right at the flag.
What an amazing approach shot. I think their rival Harold Varner III has a worthy competitor this week.
Here's Harold Varner III. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Oh, good look at a birdie here.
Yep, tracking nicely.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And after that hole, the standings have this player in second place, behind Tiger Woods. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5, measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. The big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you've given yourself the right number, because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to three-putt it. Be careful on approach. Oh, that was pure. And here we are with the third shot. Currently a shot off the lead. Didn't that look good for a long time? Here's a putt to move into a share of top spot on the leaderboard. That's tracking. Well done. Take the birdie. And that will take him to 6 under. Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods. The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3, playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
Would need to make a long putt to secure a birdie.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. Oh, what a shot from the bunker. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Setting up here with a... Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
So far, so good.
Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Leading by a shot after that hole. The 15th at TPC Summerlin is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle. Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand. And that's the line, the sand. Getting ready to play their third. currently in the lead by a shot. He has this putt to save his par.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Here's HV3. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
The 16th hole at TPC Summerlin is the final par 5 on the course, Rich, and one the players can reach into.
Obviously, no hope leaving it short with your second shot in the water at 16. So most players bailing out, hitting it just over this green. If they draw a decent lie, they can chip it close, make birdie. However, not so easy. There's a couple of low areas and greenside bunkers to deal with along of this green.
And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
The 17th at TPC Summerlin is a downhill par 3 playing 196 yards. Jonathan Bird once famously holed out in the playoff here to snatch the title. The green shapes right to left towards the hazard, so make sure if you're going to go for it, be very accurate. Oh, what a shot by our leader. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
A birdie putt awaits.
It starts off on a good line.
And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. And that will take him to 8 under. And just now, it's Tiger Woods coming off a birdie at the last, and it moves him to within just 2 strokes of top spot. The 18th at TPC Summerlin is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green. Well, let's see how this shot goes from the fairway bunker. A hole out from off this green here to win the tournament. And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt.
Looking better.
Well, it's fair to say that this player ran the tables this week, Rich, and came up trumps in Las Vegas. Look at your Shriners Children's Open winner.
And nobody on the PGA Tour will be shining quite as brightly as this player the rest of the evening here in Las Vegas.
But what a memorable moment this is, Rich.
Players never forget their first ever PGA Tour win, nor will this player. Great job.